Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick Flowerchild candle from Bath& Body Works. The notes on this read white narcissus, cashmere musks, and sweet cedarwood. And I guess narcissus is actually the scientific name for daffodil flowers. So yeah. So this originally tested in like the wallflower test markets, along with the single wick of this fragrance. And I saw it when it tested, all over social media, and I was like, "Ooh, I love my floral fragrances." So I was really intrigued about this. I was excited when it came out in a 3-wick, so we have it here. But honestly, if it wasn't for that like storied test history on this fragrance, I don't think I would have really paid too much attention to it. This is just so immensely similar to the like running long line of fragrances that all smell so similar. When I picked this up, I was just like, I feel like I've smelled this a million times before. And it's that fragrance that we keep getting that is open sky and then butterfly and poppy as well. They're all very, very, very similar, and they must do really well for them. And this is just like their latest iteration of that type of fragrance. They all smell so immensely similar. Like there's very subtle differences between all three of them. I feel like poppy probably differentiates the most, but like butterfly, open sky, now this, they're very, very similar. So what does it smell like? You get like this slightly like baby wipes smelling clean, sweet floral fragrance that, I mean, what kind of flower is it? I don't know, because they changed the floral note on every single one of these, so I don't really know actually what I'm smelling. I guess there's a slight like dewiness that you would equate with like bulb flowers that you might get from daffodils, but I think it was like violets in what is it, like butterfly or whatever, and open sky was probably something else as well, so like who knows what it actually is. But it's just like this sweet, clean, slightly baby wipes smelling, slightly soapy floral fragrance is what you get first and foremost. I would say if you enjoy the sort of like sweet, clean floral that you get in sweet pea, this is kind of similar to that as well. If you like butterfly or open sky and you like the floral note in that, it's pretty much this is in Flower Child as well. Cashmere musks and sweet cedarwood, I honestly don't know. I feel like there's definitely a fruitiness in here though, because like there's many fruit notes listed in all those other open sky butterfly fragrances, and it doesn't list that in here, but there is definitely a sweetness coming from a fruitiness. I gave maybe like a slight citrus zest mixed with maybe a like a tart berry kind of chilling in the background as well. I would say this one probably deviates from the other ones in the sense that it's probably the most floral and the most emphasis on that like floral component. Whereas I feel like maybe Butterfly was a little bit more of that sugary vanilla berry blend. In Open Sky, also had, I feel like, a little bit more of that berry presence in there as well. But Open Sky also had a slight more like almost like a bitter, earthy, like mum petals feel to it that I don't get from Flower Child. This one's a little bit more, I guess, brighter and a little bit more stronger on that like dewy, clean baby wipes floral. So it's probably the most like, I guess, spring appropriate, but it's still very, very similar to the Butterfly and Open Sky. So if you enjoy that fragrance and you just can't get that candle anymore, or you just want every like possible variation of that type of fragrance, then check out Flower Child. For me, it's all right. It's pleasant. It's like a nice enough fragrance to burn in the springtime, and it's not offensive by any means, but it just smells like super redundant. So that's, I guess, my major qualm with it. But the fragrance itself isn't offensive or bad by any means. But if you like any of those fragrances that I listed before, this is just their latest take on that. Let me go into the performance. This is either a fourth or fifth burn, has the thick real black wicks that sell like crazy. If you keep it going for more than like 3 hours, make sure you're trimming them in between each burn, and it makes a deep, even wax spool in no time. As for the throw, it's actually quite light. It's much lighter than the other like butterfly and poppy counterparts. I would put it as like slightly less than medium. It kind of depends. The very first burn, I could like not smell this at all in my open concept area, to the point that I was like, I'm just probably just going to exchange or return this. But I was like, let me give it a few more burns. I feel like it's picked up a little bit more, but it just kind of depends on the space that it's in. I can smell it like no problem when I put it in my smaller, lower ceiling bedroom in office spaces to like, I would say like this is a good 4 or 5. But like if you have like massive like cathedral ceilings and just a huge grand open area, then you're probably not going to smell it too much. Because even in my living room, which is not huge, I really couldn't smell it that very first time. So I would say anywhere from like I would probably say average is around like to a 3 or a 4 in the lighter range. It's not unscented, but it's definitely not as strong as many of their other candles. So that's pretty much it for the performance on this. Overall, it's a nice, I guess, pleasant, clean, sort of baby wipe smelling floral fragrance that's in the family of all those other fragrances that I just talked about. It's a total one and done for me. But yeah, if you enjoy Butterfly and Poppy and Open Sky, which those must have been popular enough for them to keep re-releasing this type of fragrance, then check this out because this is like the next best thing to all those fragrances. So that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts on this candle down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.